Old Autos Television is brought to you in part by the RM Classic Car Exhibit in the heart of Canada's classic car capital, Chatham-Kent, Ontario. Cruise through one of North America's finest automobile collections. Guided tours available. Call 1-877-523-2684 or visit cktourism.com for details.
Lent Insurance, offering low rates on specialty and antique automobile insurance through the Silver Wheel Plan. Call 1-800-461-4099 Canada-wide or visit www.silverwheel.ca for a free quote.
Hi friends, welcome back to World Autos Television. He's a car guy through and through, but he's an unusual kind of car guy. He's the editor of Lowrider magazine. His name is Joe Ray, and when we met with him at the SEMA Car Show in Las Vegas, Nevada, he talked about not just owning cars, but about being part of a lifestyle. Okay, so you're the editor of the magazine, and I guess you also decide which of the cars that are in your, your collection to bring to the SEMA show. Why did you pick these three cars?
Well, they're very popular. The Cadillacs and the 59, the fins back there, the 60 and the 59. So there's a little bit of difference there. Our readers, our fans, they know the difference between the 2 years. So we just brought some fan favorites.
Joe, this magazine that you have, Lowrider, it's growing year over year. Tell me about the history behind it. Where did it all get its start?
It all started and began with the chop-top Mercs, the custom cars, if you will. The way they chopped them, laid them down lower, and then you could say that, Hispanics more or less were involved in that, liked it, and took it to another level and added more chrome, added more the bunny ears, the show pipes, dressed it up a little bit more, and then the paint jobs got wilder, and that's where it just branched off, kind of, I would say. But it came from that style. You could still see some of the old customs. If you change the wheels, there isn't too far a difference. Not too much to chip off the old block. That's where we're at.
The paint jobs in these things are pretty important. Tell me about the color schemes on each of the cars.
Well, these cars, because they're so delicate and a lot older now, and just the chrome to wrap around these things cost about what maybe that Cadillac might cost right there. The guys like to keep them original paint to keep the cost, the value of these cars, to keep them up there because they're like relics now. You don't see too many of them all custom painted and kind of wild. They like to keep them as memories,
When you come to the SEMA show, why is this show important? How does it help you showcase your cars and your product, your magazine?
For me personally, it's an us against them thing. There's the hot rods and muscle cars, and then there's the lowriders. I would like to choose the better quality looking lowriders that represent our sport and our culture. We're here because it's everybody's favorite type of cars. Not just everybody that'll drop by will have a different idea, and there's some people have never seen a lowrider like from other countries, so that's good. It's good here, for the image that we're all about, and we're into cars. Even though these years are used in hot rods, we use a little bit different style, put the little wheel on them and drop them down on the floor. So we're all in the whole same game together.
Why is that small wheel on the front so important?
Okay, and everybody copies it today. Now they have airbags because they didn't want to be a lowrider. They didn't want hydraulics. So they put airbags. So the car, now look at all the cars. You're going to see a lot of cars out there laying on their frame because it brings out the looks in the vehicle. It shows all the body dynamics. Lowrider's been doing that for a long time. The little wheel on that wire wheel there you see right there, that tire, that white wall is on there to get rid of most of the black. So you have less black. Plus it's classy, and it's a classic wheel being wire that goes on the AMGs, the old classic cars. The prototype 65, 66 Eldorados, back then in their days, the Toronados, Rivieras, they had wire wheels, shallow lip with that thin white wall. So what we did here is, what we wanted to do is just show more wheel, is all we were trying to do there. Less tire, more wheel. And even though back then a smaller tire would get your car lower, well, now, you know, they could do a lot more tricks to get the car low. That identified as being a lowrider, and it stuck. And thank God it hasn't changed in the last 35, 40 years that tire's been in existence. So that separates us from everybody else, and that's all that really matters.
Joe Ray, Lowrider Magazine, thank you very much for joining us on the show, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Well, friends, that's a wrap. So until next time, I'm Rick Walker reminding you, when you can't get to the car show, we'll bring the car show to you. Catch you next time right here on the next edition of Old Autos Television.